the Dove and Dragon Radio. I'm your host, M.L.Ruscsak. I'm here with author and CEO, Law Loadholt. Welcome.
Hi guys, how are you?
Now we're here to talk not about your books today, but about VeepMeep. Yeah, I can't. I still can't say it.
It's a tongue twister. Don't worry. It's VeepMeep.
Okay, spell that out for everyone out there because I know someone's going to be like, "What are you saying?"
Absolutely. Okay, so it's Veep is the first part, VEEP, and then the second part is Meep, MEEP. So VeepMeep.
So what is it?
So VeepMeep is a vegan social platform where vegans can come and find their tribe. They can date, they can friendship build, they can share recipes, they can find a fitness guru there. There's just so many ins and outs to this platform, and I'm just super excited about it.
Now, I've had a little bit of insider information, and you've been talking about it here off and on within our combined circle.
Yes.
So you are vegan.
I am.
Now, there's a lot of controversy between vegetarian and vegan. We're not going to get into that. Culinary experience says one thing and social says something else. So, we're not going to get into that whole thing. But at the same time, there's a niche for it that you're conquering because we are wanting the healthy lifestyle. We're wanting to network with people on our own tribes, and we're wanting to network with gurus in all forms.
Absolutely.
To get out there to be around those people that are similar mindsets.
Exactly. Well said. Well put.
So I'm guessing you found the niche by, hey, I'm trying to network with people within my tribe and I can't find anyone.
Yes and no. Funny thing about VeepMeep, how it actually came into my head was I was actually being vegan and dating is the hardest thing, right? Because you constantly have to explain to whoever it is that you're dating what the vegan lifestyle is, what you can eat, what you can't. Some people just completely unaware, which is understandable. It's not your lifestyle. You're not accustomed to it. So I was dating a guy who said, I can't do anything with you. And I'm like, that's not true. We can compromise. We can figure out places to go or wherever we go to. I can always figure out what it is I can eat. And from that comment that he expressed, I said, you know what? Maybe I need to create a site where I don't have to go through this process anymore. And then that's when my gears really started to roll, and I came up with the concept of VeepMeep and all the ins and outs of it.
So we started with the dating, and that's just went through everything else. Basically.
Say that one more time.
That you started with dating, but then you added everything, all the other parts to it.
Yes, once I started doing my research to actually see that there isn't a premier vegan or vegetarian app out there that everyone automatically think of or goes to. That's what got my gears going with that. And then I said, well, hey, what are some of the other things that vegans are looking for as well? And people are looking for a tribe. People are looking to build friendships. People are looking for a support system on this new journey. So why not?
Exactly. I mean, I don't practice a vegan lifestyle, but I have friends that do. So when I do dinner parties, what do I need? I need the recipes for my guest.
Correct.
So where do I go? But I can go here. It might not be my tribe, but at the same time, I'm conscientious enough that I need to know what I can and cannot feed my guests.
And I appreciate you for even being conscientious, because a lot of people are not. They just figure, well, you know what? I'll buy a salad. But who wants to eat a salad every day? Do you want to eat a salad every day? So why would I want to eat a salad every day? Right. There's other things that you can do.
Exactly. Are we doing squash spaghetti? Are we doing eggplant primavera?
Correct.
There's things out there, and some of these are actually food that I do adore myself, but at the same time, there's things that you have to be conscientious about when you have guests, when you're dating, when you're out in public.
Exactly. And I think when people adopt that mindset, I think life would be a little easier, but it's gonna take a little time. But I'm happy to see how much that it has progressed, because veganism is just it's kind of like the new thing. I don't want it to be a fad. I think it's not a fad, but it's one of those things where you're starting to see a lot more offerings everywhere that you go, and it's becoming more acceptable. So I'm happy about that.
It really is. I've seen a big trend in the restaurant industry over the last 20 years. 20 years
Yes.
ago, you had salad, you might have a vegan pasta, maybe, but it's been getting better.
Exactly. And 20 years is being even generous. Let's try maybe 5 years ago. I'm about 5 years into my vegan lifestyle. And I can remember my first year, there wasn't any offerings like it is now.
Well, we're also in different states, so it
Okay,
varies. Yeah.
exactly.
You go over, you start in Ohio and you see stuff, but when you go out west, you have more of the health conscious foods.
Very true. You're absolutely right. On the eastern border, well, the northern border, you don't really have as much offerings. So that is very true. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what part of the US you're in or what country you're in. So when I say 20 years, it depends on where at that you are. New York, where you're
Exactly.
at, I understand it's hot dogs, it's pizza, and it's not very vegan friendly.
Yes, it's always the quick stuff. So you don't have a lot of options. But now we have just a surplus of restaurants. Even in the fast food industry, you're seeing a lot more of it. So if you want to grab a quick bite to eat, you can find that now in New York, which is great.
That's great. So we're getting your app. Where are we getting your app at?
So it's going to be in the Apple Play Store. It's going to be in the Android Play Store, as well as Huawei, which I always have trouble pronouncing. It's Huawei. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that sounds right. Yeah. Which is another it's another app store that is used in other countries as well. So it'll be in those three different app stores, and you can find it there soon.
We'll stay soon because we're doing apps for all our networks for different things. And it could be a simple, hey, here's a book on an app or whatever. It takes a while to build these. And we're not building them just here, plug and play, where you're actually
Correct.
building this,
Correct.
all you.
Which
So
I was actually shocked by. I didn't think it would take so long, but it takes a lot to build an app. I thought it was gonna be, it's not.
no, it's not quick. It takes a lot of practice, and I'm not tech savvy, so I am not doing apps for myself. Don't ask me to help you with your app. I will play with it. I will
Yeah.
sponsor it. I will not build it.
Don't worry, we're in the same boat. My expertise isn't there to actually build it, but I'm learning along the journey. Some days are challenging, some days are fun, but I think I'm having a good time.
Awesome.
I'm having a good time.
So we have the gurus, we have the recipes, we have the dating element. What is the other elements to this? Let's go one by one.
The other element that's going to be long term is it's vegancations, as I'm coining it. I probably should trademark this. I want vegans to be able to go to a certain destination, whether it's domestic or international, and they don't necessarily have to worry about their food. That's one of the largest things that we deal with. I know with me, when I travel personally, I bring as much food items as possible I can on the flight, just in case, because I don't know where I'm going to go to or if they're going to have food.
Being diabetic, I have the same problem.
Wow.
When
Okay.
you travel, you have to take your own food because you don't know state to state or internationally what your body is accustomed to and what is
Correct.
available where you're going. I can
Correct.
see this being the same issue if you have a vegan diet or specialty diet. You don't know what you can and cannot eat.
Exactly. And sometimes people will tell you, hey, look, there's no eggs and there's no dairy in it. And sometimes they don't really, really check, or they don't really know how deep it goes. And you can eat something that can potentially make you sick, and no one wants to have that experience. So that's generally why we kind of just carry our own food.
Yeah. You have your egg noodles, or you have non-egg noodles,
Correct.
or you have rice noodles. I mean,
Right.
just in pasta, just a little thing. You have 20 different types of pasta. Which one do you eat?
Correct. I eat a mixture of both. I won't eat the egg noodles at all,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
but that's the whole base of it. A lot of people don't know, they don't research that,
Mhm.
and it's important for you to know that, which is why we research every single thing. Well, me personally, I do every single thing. I research just to make sure that I can eat these things.
Exactly. I mean, I'm working on a cookbook. I've been working on this cookbook for 5-6 years now that actually has the dietary restrict variations for it. So you have the vegan variation, but you also have the regular variation. There's nothing
I
out there.
love that. No, there's not. I love that. 6 years. Kudos to you.
Mhm.
I want to put out a cookbook. So that's definitely inspiring that you've been working on that for 6 years. Wow. That's a while.
And all these recipes I have to tinker with to make sure they're right for not only the people eating them, but they have the right taste, texture, and the right products.
Exactly.
You don't know how much research you're doing for a product until you get into it.
Exactly. Yes, very true. Very true.
So I can just imagine what you're doing with your app.
Exactly. It took me what, maybe 6 months to kind of fine tune the actual concept and to know all the things that I want to include within it. And then I went through a couple of developers. That's another thing. You got to find the right developer. I thought I had the right developer and it wasn't. So that put me back a year. So now we back at it again. I have a great partnership with the developer that I have. So it takes time to go through this process, and you have to accept the journey and to know that you're going to get to the finish line eventually.
You know, with the ending, you just have to experience the journey.
Yes, which is the hardest part about every single thing in this
Right?
journey.
As an entrepreneur, that's the hardest part. You go into entrepreneurship, okay, this is going to be within 6 months, I'm going to be making X amount of money. No, doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And everyone has this, this concept that it's going to be that way. It's going to be different for me. No, you're going to go through the same thing that every other entrepreneur went through.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a journey. I mean, you may get there a month or two quicker, but it's not going to be 6 months. It's going to take you years because you have to do the research. You have to do the market trials. You have to find your tribe to get people to whatever you're doing.
Correct. Correct.
So we're going to say it's coming, but we don't know when it's coming because we still have research and development.
Exactly.
At the same time, if people want early access to have beta testing, are you going to offer that?
We are working on that. What I will say is that if you go to the website, VeepMeep.com, it will actually ping out updates on the process of the app, as well as it will put you on the list for the official pre-launch and launching dates. So we'll keep you abreast to that.
So off the wall question, if a restaurant or a business that is vegan friendly wants to advertise on your platform, how would they do that?
Well, they can do that. That's a part of it too, because we got to be what? Profitable. Yes. So businesses can advertise on there, as well as the users can reach out to the business, and the business can reach out to users and let them know about their products. Long term as well, I want the users to be able to purchase products from the businesses that are showcasing, or services that are showcasing on the app as well. So the ultimate goal is to be the largest online vegan platform or community, however you want to pose it as, where it's one-stop shop. You can go there and
You
get
just told
everything.
me you're creating a marketplace.
Correct. Exactly.
So are you going to be doing vegan friendly clothing?
If there is a business that offers that and they want to showcase on there, absolutely.
I might have to put you in contact with someone,
Well, that sounds amazing.
because I know one designer that does vegan friendly clothing, and she's the only designer I know that does that.
Okay. There are a few. There's not a lot that just, like solely just focus on that. And I think that's remarkable if that's your only niche and that's what you work on. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm hearing things. I'm like, ooh, I need to make sure this person connects with Law because they have a product that's for his tribe.
I love it. Absolutely. See, then we're in frequency. We're in the same vibrations. Coming full circle here.
We are. This is we do this every morning though. We're in the same morning network, so we on that same frequency. And it works when I have a little bit of information, then I can get my gears going, go, okay, this isn't my wheelhouse, but this is yours.
And that's what it's about. I think once you actually find your tribe or a group of people that you have that connection with, you do that. You pass things along, and it helps to ensure that everyone goes forward and goes up and does what they have to do for themselves and for their business or whatever it is that they represent.
Wouldn't that be wonderful if all of our tribes did that?
Yes, come on, humans. Let's all do it.
we want to be happy, productive human beings. Come on.
Yes.
Support
yes. Happy. Happy is the key word. Yes. Happy.
Yes. I don't care how you're happy, but be happy and support your tribe.
Yeah. And that's actually the secret to life. The secret of life is to be happy. How do you be happy? By doing the things that make you happy. There you go. Simple as that.
That really is a secret of life. So
Correct.
On your app so far, do you have a favorite recipe that you're leaning toward?
I don't have any favorite recipes. I do know that I personally do want to come out with my own cookbook. I know the site will allow people to post their recipes and stuff like that, but I do want to come out with a cookbook. That is a goal. I do have recipes jotted down from what I was taught. I've kind of just converted it into a vegan recipe. I always said that I was going to post one because my mom is a phenomenal cook, but the book is kind of, changed. It's shifted. She's not vegan, but I am. So that cookbook is shifting now.
So to honor your mom, why don't you have the vegan recipe next to your mom's recipe?
I never thought about that. That might make her head kind of big.
Well, I don't know how mama is, so that would be between you and her.
No, we're always going back and forth because I always change up her recipe or do something slightly different with it, and she likes the taste of it or what have you. And she'll say, "Boy, you got your skills from me." I was like, I don't know. That's from up here. She's like, "No, it all started with me." So we kind of go back. It's a joke between
moms are always good with that, especially when you have a skill that you picked up from them somewhere.
Exactly. She always loved cooking. Everyone's always loved her cooking, and I guess she kind of passed that torch on to me because I do enjoy to create things through food.
I do too. I don't know where I get that from, but I do too.
Really, your mom or your dad didn't cook?
Mom doesn't cook. We keep mom out of the kitchen.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's good with cereal and eggs. She's awesome with pancakes. Yeah, there we go. There's food groups.
Gotcha. I think people who can't cook always have one or two things that they're like perfect at. I got this, don't worry. And then everything else is just like, no, that's not my spirit.
Yeah, it's always been, Missy, get in the kitchen, do something. So.
I love it.
So I don't know where I got the cooking skills from, but they're there. I'm thankful. And I'm very thankful for the chefs who have taught me and worked with me. So I have that skill set.
I love it. And then you can pass that on as well. So then you can create more chefs.
I'm trying. I would love to create more chefs, just not in my family. They all, my daughter got my mother's cooking skills.
Oh, she did? Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm always here to teach and always here to share recipes because I love sharing that stuff. But at the same time, we need more vegan recipes because I ran out of ideas.
I totally understand.
I mean, I don't know how to make the vegan cheeses. I go to the store and buy them, but I know from conversations, you know how to make certain things from almonds and stuff like this.
Yeah, you can make cheese through almonds. You can make cheese through cashews. I think cashews is the best. You just gotta soak them. soak them in hot water. It can come into like your ricotta, or depending on how much you soak it, you can create it and change it to a paste or do whatever you want with it. All depends on the nuts that you want to choose. Yeah.
See, I don't know. That's not my skill set. I know it can be done. That's not
Yeah.
my skill set. That's Law's skill set.
And actually, it wasn't even my skill set at first. It was actually my sister's skill set, because she's a vegan as well, but she's an alkaline vegan. And with alkaline vegans, they go even more to the extreme, so they can't eat certain stuff. So she pretty much has to make a lot of things from scratch. So in seeing her doing and in her research, she passed it on to me. So therefore, I have the skills to actually do a little more because she took the extra step.
That's awesome that you have someone teaching you that extra, because that's
Yeah.
going to make your program that you're working on that much better.
Exactly.
It's not just going to be, okay, here's where you could buy it. Here's actually how you could make it.
Which will help a lot of people, because then you're not stuck on anyone else's stuff. You can do for yourself, which is important.
And then you can have a site like Etsy where you can sell your products.
There you go. Okay, and it's like a domino effect, and it just keeps going, keeps going. I don't know. I think you have to do a sibling thing. Like, I have 8 siblings, and because we're kind of like stair steps, so not too far from each other, we've kind of all taught each other something. Like, my brother is great at cutting hair. He's a barber, so he's good at that. So he taught me. So I know how to do it. So I taught my brother. My sister's great at hair. She's taught me a few things. I can do my own locks. So I did this. So we siblings kind of do that with each other.
I wouldn't know. My siblings are they're very far apart, but at the same time, we never taught each other anything. It's a cultural thing, and or a family thing, I think. My aunts and uncles don't teach each other anything either, so it's passed down that way. Okay. But yeah. But this has been a wonderful thing. One more time was, how do you spell your app?
The app is spelled Veep. VeepMeep is what it's called. It is spelled VEEP. That's Veep. And Meep is MEEP. VeepMeep.
Yeah, see, every time I hear it, I'm hearing different words. So I'm like, okay, even if I'm spelling it, my hearing's not the greatest. So I'm going to have actual spelling in the comment section for everyone out there, and be watching for when it comes out. You can go onto the online so you can get your updates. Yes,
VeepMeep.com. I'm also on Instagram as well. So if you want to connect on there, you can follow the app on Instagram as well. VeepMeep, Veep.meep on Instagram as well. So we're going to have all those wonderful links in the comment section. And then you can also connect with Law on Instagram himself. Yes. And you can try Launch with Law. And see how you can get your products and your services that are vegan friendly on the app when it launches. All right. Woo. But thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you. I appreciate your time, and just thank you for wanting to share this product. I appreciate you. Of course. I hear things like this, and they have to be brought out like early. We don't wait. We want to saturate the market and get it all ready for when it comes. Exactly. But thank you so much again. And for our listeners and our watchers, happy eating.